What's up, guys? Dennis here. Welcome to Rags to Riches. So today, have I got a match for you. I'll be playing Stoke City in the FA Cup semi-finals. So, as you can see, the team has gotten to a point where the entire first 11 is above a 70 or at a 70, and the subs are mostly high 60s and low 70s as well, except for my goalkeeper, which is just fine because he has a high potential. So we're definitely getting up there in our ability to compete for the Premier League, and as you can see, we're in first place in the N-Power Championship. So promotion is definitely likely, especially with our run-in being so easy against the 23rd place team. Besides West Ham, of course, the rest of it is pretty easy. So yeah, today I gotta play against Stoke City. And if you guys haven't watched my my new Command and Conquer series, that's a series detailing, or basically showing me playing the sorry, I just got a text message there. Showing me playing the new Expedition mode in Euro 2012 in the expansion pack for FIFA. So it's a pretty fun series. It's been fun playing it so far, and I've got a couple episodes ready to launch soon. So you can expect some pretty consistent updates, at least for the next couple of weeks. And I won't be retiring Rags to Riches, but I will probably be doing it once every 1.5 weeks, rather than once every week, as I was doing before. Might even relegate it to once every 2 weeks. But the point is, Command and Conquer is actually a really... It's interesting, in my opinion, because it's a game mode that, I mean, there haven't been very many series on it, and it's something totally new. Like, the expansion pack came out, what, 3 days ago, 4 days ago? So, it's an interesting thing to watch. But now I need to focus my energy on this game, because... I'm just going to pause for a second. Alright, I'm back. So, in the next transfer window, I think I'll be looking for reinforcements at right back and possibly left mid, because I did lose a lot of quality there. Well, I lost a lot of quality at left mid, but at right back I never really had any quality there in the first place. The only problem that I have with my current right back, who is a 70 overall, is that he has 67 sprint speed, which isn't exactly great, especially for a fullback. And I might be looking to shore up the center midfield positions a little bit, but that's less likely given the fact that that I have Alessandro De Vitis there, in addition to Mohamed Abu, which means that I have one player that's going to develop into an 80+, and one player that's going to basically is at his prime already, but he's still a 76, which is pretty legit, if you ask me. I don't know why it's lagging a lot right now. I mean, we're just gonna have to deal with that for now. Didn't lag so much when I was playing the Euro. Alright, this is obviously not the right tactic.
Classy defending. So important to keep possession.
So right now I'm not sure about what kind of format I should use for this series. I'm still kind of iffy on just recording games and putting them up on YouTube. I mean, it kind of seems like you guys, the viewers, like it, but I've also gotten like a comment or two saying this series, you aren't putting any work into it, like, you know, just complaints like that. And while I do like to tell myself to ignore the trolls, I honestly don't think that's trolling. I think that is a legitimate concern, because I have been putting up games unedited. Just even the boring games, I've just been putting them up just to keep you guys updated, basically. And I'm thinking that maybe what I should be doing is maybe just playing 2 games and then editing out like the really boring parts, like what was happening before I started talking just now when I was just silent and we were kind of passing the ball around, or maybe even just trying to get to the Premier League as quickly as possible, and only uploading like cup competitions and stuff. That might be a good idea. If you have a suggestion, go ahead and tell me, because I'm definitely open to suggestions. But now that I've got Command and Conquer going on, which takes quite a bit of editing, I don't really want to do too much editing on Rags to Riches, if that makes sense. Right now, Stoke's physical advantage is definitely giving them, like an edge over my team. And also, I think my formation is just not tailored to this kind of game.
Foul given. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a yellow card to follow.
I think what I need to do at halftime is to bring on Novikovas, because it's really been him who has killed off bigger teams in the past with his amazing pace. And I think that's what I'm going to end up utilizing here. Probably going to bring him on for Billy Nielsen because Alar is very consistent in his performances and he can always finish off a move if you need him to. Whereas Billy Nielsen has pretty much been doing nothing this game so far.
There's the half-time whistle, and we're goals.
So yeah, gonna go ahead and sub off. It's an early substitution and it represents a risk. If if things don't work out, then I'll be one good striker down and with no strikers left on the bench. But I think it's worth the risk because the payoff could be awesome. Winning against Stoke, pretty awesome. I guess I should talk some more about Expedition Mode and the Command and Conquer series. Basically, Expedition Mode is a new thing in the Euro 2012 expansion pack, and what it is you create a team, you pick like a team name and a crest and jersey colors and stuff, and then it generates your team like squad by picking random players from random reserve teams of UEFA nations, and then okay, good slide tackle, and then what you do is you start off in a certain country. I think it's organized by Euro qualifying groups. So you start off by being part of let's say Group H in the Euro qualifiers, and you start off in a country, and what you can do is you can build, if you beat a country, you can build a road to a neighboring country, which lets you play that country. And by neighboring country, I mean like a country in the same group. So let's say you're playing in a group with Cyprus and Iceland and Norway. If you beat Cyprus, you can build a road to Norway, which then allows you to play against Norway in the next game. So what you aim to do is you aim to beat every team a total of 3 times. And why that's useful is that the first time you beat a team, you get a random reserve player from their squad. The second time you beat a team, you get a random substitute from their squad. And the third time you beat a team, you get a random first 11 player to put into your team. So it's good to just try and beat a bunch of different teams, I guess, if they're good teams. But the best thing to do is to focus on like a medium nation such as Norway and just try to beat them 3 times so you can get that final squad player. Oh my goodness. So you can get that squad player into your team and hopefully improve it by a lot. So it's a really fun game mode because every time you play a nation, you run the risk of losing any roads that you've built to that nation if you lose the game. And it's not something where you can just, like, if you're tied at the end of 90 minutes, it's not something where you're like, oh, well, that was a draw, I guess. You know, neither team really showed they were better than the other team. You always go to extra time and penalties if you're tied. So it's nothing like a league. It's nothing really like the Euro qualifiers at all. It's more like, it really is an expedition. You travel to different countries. You're always playing away, and you try to beat them to steal their players. So I think Command and Conquer was a really good title for me to pick. Crap. Because you really are trying to conquer other nations and, you know, take their players, their troops. And Stoke's passing is ridiculously bad right now. So's mine. I don't know, something's not clicking here. I think we really need to change up the formation. I think a 4-4-2 would be a much better idea. It's really the wingers right now aren't doing anything. That's what worries me. I just gotta make sure I have the same players there because, yep, just like that, always switches them up. Probably a bad idea there. What I haven't been doing so far is I haven't been getting De Vitis into the shooting positions that he so often scores from. And I was trying to take a touch there, but apparently Alar decided that sort of weakly heading it but not actually doing that would be a better idea. This Stoke team has been dominating me a little bit. Well, not necessarily dominating me, but they've been shutting me down very well, but they've lacked a cutting edge. They've majorly lacked a cutting edge. And that's the reason that I'm still in this game. But it's situations like this in which you don't really need a cutting edge. You can just capitalize on my stupid defensive mistake, get it to Jones, and score a goal.
Nothing you can do to stop a goal like that. They just passed the ball round and through them. Marvellous teamwork.
They kept him for ages, Clive. Brilliant move and a great goal.
Ugh. Well, this is going to be tough. I've got 5 minutes to come up with an equalizer. Oh, bullshit. I got jostled off the ball there. That's offside. If only he had made that substitution earlier, then Daniel Sturridge wouldn't have scored. I'm taking some huge risks right here, but I need to. And apparently Abu just didn't want to go for that there. Well, I just ran out of disk space to keep recording videos, so I don't know how much of that was actually recorded, but I did lose to Stoke City, sadly. I'll hopefully be back with the game against West Ham, because that's a pretty big top-of-the-table clash, and it determines my chances of winning the league. Sorry about the video cutout, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace.